Yes, we are in. Hello, everyone. Yes, so we have people are coming in. I believe there are, let's see, there are lots of people. Yeah.
We see 26. It is
Yes,
correct?
26 people in the session. That's correct. Yes.
Okay, it's going up.
Would you like to say hi maybe to all the people? Um, let's see who's here. Currently, the one that the online. Let's see. There is Richard from Zambia. Um, Mr. Richard from Zambia. There is Mr. Joe from Indonesia. Freda also joining in. There is also Ezra. Mr. Ezra, I think, yeah, from welcome from Texas. We are also waiting for Mr. Cortland. I hope Mr. Cortland is here now. Not yet. Okay. All right. Um, well, who else? Welcome to everybody that joining in the session. There is Dr. Chandra as well. There is Mr. L, Mr. Ekong Ataobong from Nigeria. Oh, currently he's in Benin City. Okay. There is Mr. Charles. Hi, Jim. There is Jim. Mr. Nofal. Adriano from our colleague from Brazil. There is Jackie, there is Epstein at the Sham. I hope I mentioned correctly. Okay, so Ronan and Dolly, the stage is
Yeah.
yours.
Okay.
Okay.
From the speakers, who is here? Assi and Elvis and Mr. Didn't see them.
Yes, and Mr. Warner.
Okay.
So we got the delegation from uh, Eastern Europe and then from China and from Africa.
Yes.
So yes. Um,
Okay.
So I think we can go
Uh,
ahead with Ronan's
yeah.
opening remarks to start Global
Okay.
Connect.
Go ahead, Dolly. You can open it.
Okay, so
Okay.
hi everyone. Welcome to WorldPronet's second Global Connect event for June 2025. As you all are aware, we'll have a short panel discussion. Post that, we'll have a networking event. We have Ronan with us, who is an important part of WorldPronet with us, who will start with his opening remarks, and then we'll move to the panel discussion.
Okay. Thank you, Dolly. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Appelboy Ronen, and I am a business development manager at WorldPronet. At WorldPronet, our core mission is to create, manufacture global connection and turn them into quality business deal for our clients. Um, we don't just connect people, we are building trust between our clients and our other opportunities, and support our clients in closing the valuable long-term deals. One of our flagships program is this Global Connect. We are This event is a growing program for us in the international network that matches businesses across approximately 25 countries, maybe more. This project is all about uh, closing deal for our clients and to lead them to incredible results. Um, I want to thank everyone that come to this event today. This is the second one. Next month we have another one. So have fun, make good deals, open your heart, uh, and wish you all luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oren.
Okay.
So let's move to our panel discussion, where
Yeah.
I will stop sharing the screen so that we can see all our panelists and Dolly and Sarah as well, who are not part of the panel but very much here. So we've got our people from across the world. We've got someone from China, from Bulgaria, Africa, and Israel. Right. So today we're going to talk about uh, the tariffs that have been so much in the news, I think, for quite some time now. So since China is the most affected country out of this, well, the most in the news compared to the rest of the countries, we'll start with our question to Asi, who is, well, from Israel, but his business is based in China, so he would be in a better position to share his opinion on the question that I have.
I I
And
want
then
to
and then we
one
have.
second, Dolly.
Oh, sure,
I
yes,
want
Ron.
to add something, please. Before you we ask the questions, 1 2 minutes of the speakers to explain about them, what they do. Okay, if you please. Thank you.
Sure. So we'll start with Asi and then move to the others.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dolly. Thank you very much to all of you. I will start very briefly about my background and what I'm doing, and so you will better understand. And then we will what I'm doing up to now, and then I will say a few words about the situation between China and mainly the USA and the influence of the rest of the world.
So
I'm
Asi,
Israeli.
I'm sorry, just a small introduction, and then I'll get into the question once everyone's done with their introductions regarding the tariff. So just a small introduction about yourself, and then everyone else will introduce, and then we'll get into the questions. Okay.
Yeah, a very, very short introduction, Dolly. I think it's important to people understand my background so they can ask more specific questions about China, about the production, about development and stuff like that. I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm more than 20 years and 22 years in China since 2002. And my last position in Israel, I grew up in the industry, and since a kid from 16 years old, after 17 years after the high school, joined the army, served in the army and the combat unit, and then I graduated as a mechanical engineer. And my last positions in Israel have been I was a CEO in one company, and I was a general manager in another company. In 2002, I joined a Hong Kong company. I was the coach of a Hong Kong company for about two years. And then I've decided to stay in China to open my own company as an engineering company in Hong Kong. And since then, I'm acting in China and jumping a few stages. Now I am the CEO and the owner, 65% of a production company that is producing sparkling chill water dispenser for home usage and other applications. As I'm the owner, I've developed a state-of-the-art patented approved liquid capsule that is competing other capsules in the world. This is very briefly, very shortly my background on up to now in on more than 50 years in all the stages in the production, development, engineering, name it. I want to start, with your permission, with a very short briefing of the situation between the USA and the China. And I want to start it from 2000, 2002, the time that I came to China, and I will combine in the influence of the price of the salary of the workers, and of course the taxes. From 2000 up to 2017, very briefly, the tax in between the USA and China for both sides was about roughly between 3 to 5%. And what happened, that because it was an open trade, the balance between the USA and China was in a very heavy $1 billion difference between China to sell a lot to the USA and a very small amount back to the Chinese. Jumping to 2018, when Trump already became the president of China, one of the first stage act that he took, he had 25% on about, I think it was about almost 130 product from the USA sorry, he put between 10 to 25 on about 250 product. So in a matter of retaliation, the Chinese had also 25% tax on about 130 product. Okay, and then jumping up to now, when Trump came to his second stage. 1 minute, I put it on a number on April 2, 25. Sorry, the USA had between 34 to 140% tax on the Chinese goods that are in the USA. So the retaliation from the Chinese side was 35 to 125%. Coming now in the beginning of around in the middle of May somewhere, they have some guys, what we call it, a ceasefire for 90 days. So they reduce it to 10 plus temporary and 20 permanent for the USA tax on the Chinese good from one side, and the Chinese from the other side, they had only 10% temporary for any goods that are coming into China. This is what we have now in the war. The influence, and this is very important, how it affects, without affecting saying about any others, how it's affect China producers and the China economy very strongly, because now more than ever China and are on the way to find trade partners either in the European market and southeast of Asia, and also, and I know also in South America. And a few good friends of mine these days, including one of my very good partners, I cannot say more than that. They are moving to Vietnam, and they've invested $55 million in infrastructure in facilities. Sorry, in facilities, in order to move some of their activities from China to the US to Vietnam. But it's not only to Vietnam; it's also to Cambodia and Thailand and other places. So up to now, this is the situation. Very briefly, very shortly, the situation between China and the USA, as far as I know, from my perspective, affecting my businesses, because I now we are our company, the Sparkling Chilled Water System Company.
I
I can
see.
say directly that
see.
yes.
I see. I'm sorry to cut you off. So it will be introduction for everyone first, and
Okay.
then we will go to that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
So now,
Thank
now
you.
the other side. No, Dolly, the USA.
We're just
Mr.
doing
Copeland.
introductions now. So I would like to go next to introduce themselves. That's great. I think Cortland, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Cortland Emmel, CEO of Ceutical Labs. We're in Dallas, Texas, um, about 7 minutes north of DFW, so that you got at least a perspective if you've been to Dallas and understand where we're located. Um, I, I provide services to the FDA regulated markets. We've worked with WorldPronet now, I guess, for 7 years or close to that. And we look forward to this conversation.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Who'd like to go next? I think everyone's cameras are off. Whoever's available can go ahead and introduce himself.
Mr. Elvis, it's your turn. Hi, how are you?
Hello, everyone. My
Hi.
name is Ervis, and I'm the director of Bulgarian Albanian Business Chamber. We see possibilities, business possibilities between other with our countries, Bulgaria and Albania, and beyond this. So, for everyone, if you have a good business idea and if you have a good product that you are selling in your country, we can see with our partners of WorldPronet to develop in these two countries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Wormet, you here? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, everyone. My name is Walmate Jones Idikio. I trained as an attorney, but I work in the small and medium enterprise space. I am vice president of the All Africa Association for Small and Medium Enterprises, and I'm founder of the AFCFTA Roundtable. And our work is, to work with small businesses across Africa, providing linkages for businesses outside of Africa and ensuring that they participate maximally and benefit from the Africa Continental Free Trade Area that has been at work for a couple of years now. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, Mr. Mathieu, you with us?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm
Hi.
Avdesh Mathur, President and CEO of NAC Global Companies. Basically, I am an engineer and a researcher. I take a lot of interest in developing new technologies, specifically for the fertilizer industries. So we run an organization which is known as NAC Global Companies, and we are present in 4 continents, and we have manufacturing facilities in these continents to make specialty additives and coatings based on green technology for fertilizer industries, working in 40 countries worldwide right now. And it's a great honor to be here with you all. Thank you, LA. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Okay, Dolly, for the questions.
Okay, so whose side do I start with, China or the US?
The US.
Okay, so we've got
We got
well, from the
a
US, we
difficult
have two
questions.
people. We've got two people. We've got Cortland, and Avdesh is also based in the US. So I'll ask one general question, and then both of them can answer them as they please. So the question is, how are American businesses responding to the consequences of the new tariffs, not only towards China, but also European countries? Are you seeing any shift in how international partners and clients engage with US companies?
Yeah, interesting. Should I start?
Sure, and I'm going to put the question in the chat as well in case you want to look at it and refer to it. Please go ahead, Avdesh.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, it's really very surprising the way tariffs are being imposed, and with such frequent changes that one day there is an announcement of a high tariff, then the second day they are reduced, or third day they are withdrawn and extended. So it is creating a lot of uncertainties in the domestic market in the US, as well as with the foreign markets or with the foreign countries who trade with the US. So, talking about the international trade partners, even the suppliers to the US, they are all the time worried and they are unsure of how much tariff would be applicable if when their goods reach the US ports. And yes, everybody who got the news of the date extension, they are trying to push their deliveries, trying to push the consignments reaching US as soon as possible. And the domestic manufacturers, they are also facing a lot of problems because the American industries primarily are already troubled with the shortage of labor, and now with the restrictions or imposition of tariffs on a lot of imports and imported components or raw materials or constituents is further increasing the challenges and hurdles for the American industries. The way multinational companies like ours, now global, the way we look at it is, of course, it will take some time to settle down, but we being having the opportunity of having the manufacturing facilities in other countries also gives some comfort to our international partners. For examples, the exports which we were doing from the US to European countries still continues, though there have been fluctuations, but they know that in case the American manufacturing is affected any day, our multinational company will supply them the products from our uh, Indian facility or African facility or Brazilian facility. At the same time, many manufacturers inside USA who do not have multinational locations or fabrications at other places, they are also thinking of moving their facilities outside USA. And I know a couple of industries who are looking at Mexico. In fact, some of them have already moved or started moving out to Mexico and to nearby countries. So it's not a very comfortable moment for the American manufacturing industries. But yes, we are trying to adjust, and everybody is trying to continue the business, doing adjustments or alternative installations, I would say. That's what I can speak right now, immediately in short. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much, Avdesh. What about you, Cortland?
Certainly. One of the problems that we have because of the fact that we're in FDA regulated markets is that the majority of our supplies are coming from China and India. Um, right now, with the tariff situation, we're seeing a huge delay in obtaining supplies. And then also, as Avdesh mentioned, we're seeing a price fluctuation that is incredible, again, all based upon the tariffs. In addition to that, we're seeing a number of companies in China as well as in Europe that are refusing to do business because of the tariffs. And it's very interesting in the fact that we're willing to pay the dollars in order to get the supplies in order to supply what we're trying to do, but also at the same time they're refusing to sell. Um, the And then Avdesh also mentioned moving to Mexico. One of the things that we've been trying to work on also is bringing supplies in from Mexico, but with the increased tariffs associated with even pharmaceuticals now from Brazil and Mexico. It's making supply chain extremely difficult to manage, especially if you're trying to start a new business. So it has seriously affected us, but we're also seeing an increase in business here in the U.S., which is the ultimate outcome for all the tariffs that we see. We just need more business to be generated here in the U.S.
Thank you. Dolly,
Yes, Ronald.
we can forward to China.
Sure,
No?
let's do that.
Yeah. See the
So
question.
Asi,
Yeah,
uh, the
it's
question
the
for
big.
China.
It's the same. I've
How?
changed the words instead from American, changed to Chinese.
No, no, I'm changing the I'm changing the question. It's coming to you. Let me put it here and then
How
I'll read it out
instead of
loud.
American business, yeah, changed to Chinese. Yeah, it's a
No,
big
no,
hit. By the
I'll
end
read
of
out
the
the
day,
question.
yeah, it's the
How have
same
the
question.
US how have the US imposed tariffs impacted your ability to collaborate with American and European partners? Are Chinese businesses pivoting toward alternate markets or seeking new ways to rebuild trust and cooperation with the West?
I want
I
to.
will put
Yeah,
it
sorry.
in. No, I've put it in a text box as well, so you can read the question too.
Yeah, okay. So I think we have to separate it to the business between China and the USA and China and the rest of the world. For the Chinese, China and the USA, I can say personally, we feel it's a big hit because we've been in negotiation with a few potential big distributors to distribute our systems all over the USA for home and Orica hotel, restaurant, and catering. So it's a big hit for me personally, and I see that I feel it, and it's some kind of a freeze or some kind of a hold position between both sides from the USA side to us till they will understand very clearly what by the end of the day will be the tariffs. Then they will take the next move. For between China and the Europe, I don't see any influence, even not from my side and not from my partner, my Chinese partners and friends. And I am connected to some CEOs, Chinese one that are doing business all over the world, including USA and China and Europe. And we don't see, not me either, no others see any influence. More than that, last week I got a nice order for my Spanish customer. So we are continuing to work. What I see is without any connection to China, there is some delay of doing business, and my Spanish distributor in the Europe told us that the economical situation in Europe in very general is not so good. And we see it by the orders that are not so big as before, thousands per year. Now they are not thousands per year. Now the first order, the next order is quite small, not in thousands, a few hundreds. And this is what we see and we feel, and taking action from the Chinese side, as I started to say, and I stopped it already last a few minutes ago, is that many of friends of mine, they are moving to southeastern China. They've checked already the opportunities in Romania and Bulgaria, and they study very deeply if it's economical to move to Europe. And one of them, a very big company, more than $300 million company, decide to invest in Vietnam. They buy land in Vietnam, and they're moving some of their activities to the Vietnam to Vietnam. This is the current situation as far as I know from our side. That's it
Thank
for
you.
now.
Okay. So now we move to Africa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just put the question in and then I'll read it out
Yeah.
loud as well.
Okay.
Um, do you see the current tensions between global economic powers as an opportunity to strengthen ties with new markets, or are you experiencing challenges in maintaining neutrality and stability in this shifting trade?
Okay, thank you, Dolly. Again, in Africa, what we see essentially is we interpret all of this as a resurgence of protectionism against what the age-old multilateralism that was always been in practice. But in Africa, what you've mentioned presents two options for African companies and African businesses. First is the ability or the idea or the option, rather, to strengthen ties with new markets. And again, we also see the bit about pursuing neutrality and stability also as an option. Now, you know that the tensions between the US and China are having global impacts across different sectors in the world. And for Africa, our value chain, our supply chains are essentially coming from two blocks. Africa depends mostly on the West and China. And with the tensions from both, affecting both blocks, Africa is worse impacted, and I think businesses. So clearly, for most African countries, essentially learning from the impact of the COVID-19, where disruptions also happened globally, and the effect was mostly also for African countries. So learning from the resilience of that time, we're also employing most of all of that to ensure that we remain very strong. And so what most African businesses and countries are doing is more or less nearshoring, seeking essentially new markets, shifting focus to Southeast Asian countries, and then relying strongly upon the relationships, the partnerships that have been built across the Africa continental free trade area. But that hasn't stopped a few other countries from also pursuing neutrality. For instance, over the past few weeks, you see the instance of South Africa actually seeking some sort of negotiations with the United States. And these are signs of the fact that, yes, you can pursue both neutrality and still also pursue new markets. And again, we know that this is important for our businesses, and it affords us, the opportunity for realignment of our value chains. Nearshoring is important for us because we have to bring our supply chains closer home so that disruptions will be minimal in the future. For essential businesses, we're seeking to ensure that we are resilient over disruptions like this. Like I said earlier, we're learning, or we did learn from the disruptions of the COVID-19. And this is more like another opportunity to strengthen on the strategies of resilience that we practiced during that period, even up to this time. So clearly, we're seeing two clear opportunities, both to strengthen ties and as well maintain neutrality. Blend these two together and work them,
All
in
right, thank you so
tandem to
much.
ensure that as African businesses and African companies, we can stay competitive over the next couple of decades, and then strengthen also by extension the import of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Dolly. Next one is Mr. Arvis. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Just give me one quick moment. Let me put the
It's
question
okay. It's
here.
okay.
Okay, so the question for Avis is, as a country positioned between Eastern and Western Europe, how are Bulgarian businesses navigating the reduced economic trust between the US and the EU? Has this affected your trade strategy or choice of business partners?
I think that in this point of view, this is affecting to the businesses that are trading or working with some US companies. But from our point of view, we have to be more pragmatic and flexible and to have more flexibility to find new solutions, to have partners here, like regional partners in Albania, let's say, North Macedonia, Serbia, Greece. Mm, we have to see also the possibilities to develop our relationship with Africa and Asia also. Um, India, why not? And China.
Okay.
So it if somewhere if is a problem, we have to find solutions. We have to be pragmatics. And if from your point of view, if you see possibilities in an EU country like Bulgaria, we can discuss how to do some steps to find solutions. Or in non-EU countries like Albania, also we can find solutions for manufacturing and etc. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So the last question is for me in Israel.
Yes, last question
Yeah.
is
Okay. So shoot.
from your perspective as an Israeli business leader, how have the recent global tariff tensions, particularly those led by the US, affected Israel's economy and international trade relations? Are local industries feeling the pressure or finding new openings?
It's a little bit confused in our side because we are usually, because of the war, there is a lot of changes. So in Israel, the tariff raised around 70%, and the government said that we lose around $2.5 billion dollar in export, mainly in the high tech, medical, and the industrial products, because we are importing a lot of things from China, like air condition. So it will increase the value of each machinery things, and also all the problem with the shipping. It's too much to, if you are usually bring things around the 1 2 months, it increases to 3 4 months, and all the industrial need to go by this. So we are looking for another places to produce. We also a lot of jobs will lose if it will continue. It's between 18 to 26,000 people will lose if it will be continuance of this tariff. Um, that's it in the Israeli side, because we are usually on a war situation. A lot of countries like Turkey closes the mutual, how I said it, mutual. interest is in Israel, so we are now trying to move to east of Europe. Um, that's it from the side of Israel. Um, okay, so Dolly, you can proceed. We are
Okay, thank you so much. So I think
okay.
in general, what we've all understood from all our panelists here is, I think the number one thing is that everyone's trying to pivot, find other solutions, along with hoping for the best.
New
Everyone's
markets.
looking for better solutions, new markets. Um, so I think even though the tariffs will eventually reach a better understand level of understanding, people will also be well already start with new markets. So let's look at this as a positive growth. I think Portland may not agree 100%, but I think everyone's trying to see the positive side of this. All right, thank
Okay.
you so much, gentlemen. So, Ranin, shall we move to the tables? And
Yes. Yes.
so, all of us, so this presentation will close. You'll see a common area with square boxes, which are basically tables. Everyone can join whichever they want and, well, network with each other.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Dolly.
Thank you,
Thanks,
please
Eli.
everyone.
stay. Please stay.
Thank you
We
so
are
very much.
Thank you all.
Let's
maybe
go to
someone
the
has questions for you in
table.
the tables. Also
Yes,
joining us in our WhatsApp group.
it's
It will be great
mentioned.
if you'll do it. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
it's in
Thank
the
you.
chat, the link. Let's go to the table. Thank
Yeah.
you.